Good morning everyone. Welcome back. This is Arslan and you are watching Proper Tech Tutorial. So welcome back to the series of learning Siemens NX from beginner to pro. And today we'll be starting part 28 of 38, that is how to create an assembly. So the various things that will be learnt over here are the add component, move component, placement option, adding multiple copies of the same part, and how we can add assembly as a component in another assembly. So these are the things which will be studied in our today's lecture. So without any delay, let us start. I will just let you go through the syllabus so that you can have a screenshot of it. Okay. So add component, placement option, multiple copies, assembly as component, and move component tool will be discussed. Coming to our Siemens NX. Now, what is the thing that needs to be done? I just take that. I'll just take that also, and I will take this, or what I can do, I'll just pack it and I will delete it. Okay, yes. Now we have added the fixed pin. How do we add any component? We'll go through it one by one. When you add the first component, you have the option shows by Siemens NX how to make that particular component fixed. You will get a pop-up dialog box. If you want, you can click on yes. If not, you can click on no. Then you will have to snap it wherever you want or assembly constraint it wherever you want. And first thing is that you need to create a data coordinate system before doing any operation. So that is my suggestion. You may not do that and still proceed as per your convenience. Now, I want to add this M6 threaded bolt. Okay, so I will add this and the location will be, you can use the option of absolute display part and it will get to the absolute coordinate system, and work part is also the same because it is coinciding. The circle, the origin of our coordinate system, and the arc center is coinciding. Next method is snap, and I can just take my cursor anywhere and it will just get snapped wherever I take my cursor. Another method is the WCS system, in which you have the option of creating a coordinate system and then placing it as per your preference. Okay, so these are the four methods that are used. The most easiest method to use is to use the option of snap. I'll just use the snap option and I will just hover it like when the orientation is as per my desire, and I will click on apply. After I click on apply, there are two options that are available. First is, if you want to constrain it, you have to just select the corresponding constraints and the edges, lines or curves or faces, etc., or center axis, etc., construction lines, which you need to align with respect to that. So first option is that, so I'll just let you go through that. So I'll click over here, I will reset it, I will select the center axis of this hole, this threaded hole. I will come to the next and it will automatically come to the next constraint. I will use this part and then parallel I will use this part. What do these different constraints do? That will be discussed later on, but just pay attention as to what is the use of each of them. I will come to it one by one in the basic assembly constraint part 1, 2, 3 and 4, and after that advanced assembly constraint will deal certain advanced constraint. Okay, so do not worry about that, just focus on what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so the first thing was how to add a component. So adding a component, four options: snap, absolute, work part, displayed part and WCS. So snap is the easiest option and allows you to snap the object. Another method is that if when you I snapped it over here, okay, I want to reverse it, it can be reversed. I want to change the direction, it can be changed. I want to rotate it, it can be rotated. If I want to have it I will just refresh that, I will just deselect it and I will take my uh, over here. Okay, I will rotate it and you will see that it is getting rotated as per the command. You can reverse it and you can also rotate it in this fashion. So these are the various things which allow you to snap the object and move the object with respect to that particular point. I will again go select the object. I will deselect everything and then I will select this as the place where I want to keep it. Now I'll click on apply. So as I told you that the first option is to constrain that particular component with respect to the existing part or the coordinate system. Second method is that I do not want to constrain that part. I just want to add it, and after that I'm done, I will constrain it later on. So I'll just click on cancel and I will click on cancel again, and this part has been added without any constraints. You see, it is able to move, it is able to rotate in all the three directions, and it is able to, like, it has all the 6 degrees of freedom. You understand that? Okay. So this is like an unconstrained, and this one, if I try to move, you will see that it will not be moved in any fashion whatsoever. I may rotate it like wherever I want, but it will not get rotated. Okay, so this is also one thing. So next option of doing something like this is that while you are adding a component, you will have the option of enabling constraints such as the following, and interaction options such as scatter components and keep constraints, etc. Okay, so these are the things which I would suggest that you keep it enabled, because that helps you to constrain the objects much more easily, and you have a higher, faster rate of completing the work part. As for me, if you are designing something very complex, so then I will suggest you not to do that in this manner. Next thing is that how to add multiple components. Okay, now I want to add both the screws all together. What I will do, I will click on add component. I have the M6 threaded bolt in the loaded part. I will click on the copy section as true. I will select the snap point as over here. After that, I will click on apply, and you see that the constraints have now are being shown in the align section. Now what I will do, the constraint for this particular, because it is highlighted in yellow, is required. So for align, I will just select the center line. For the touch, I will select the, sorry, I selected something else, no problem. If something like that happens, no problem, just click on assembly constraints, go to the part that is the touch align and click on touch, select this face and select this face, and you are good to go. Now click on the parallel. After that, select this face and select this face, and you are good to go. And similarly, these things can be done on this part also. The pop-up dialog box got closed by me due to some accidental click, so I can do that by using the assembly constraint method also. Now, if I want to delete this particular bolt, I can just click on it, and I will have the option of cross, that is delete. I will click on delete and click on OK, and you will see that this part has been deleted, whereas the remaining three are still there. So you will see that it is written now into 3. Previously it was into 4, as you can now see over here. Okay, so this is one of the method of deleting that. Next method of deleting is that I will just do a right click. I should make sure that multiple things are not selected. I'll just do a single left click on the blank area. I'll do a single left click, I'll do a right click, and I will get the option of deleting it. Okay, no option. Okay, I will use the cross mark only. And now I have deleted that. Now what I will do is that I will just delete this one also, and now it is okay. If I want, now coming to the part of adding uh, multiple copies, I will show you one more example. Like I want to add this M6 threaded bolt, and what I can do is that I will just do a right click, I will click on copy, and then I will click on paste over here, and you see that the component, where did it go, back, and now okay, it is over here only. I will move the component, I will move it over here, and you see that it is now completely visible. Okay, so now things are okay over here. I will click on apply, and this is also a method of adding the component. I can use the constraints again by using the assembly constraints method, or I can do like remember constraint part. So okay, remember constraint will be dealt later on, don't worry about that. So these are various methods of adding a component. You can add the loaded part, you can add the browse section, you can add by copying it, you can add by making multiple copies, etc. Okay, so with this, I hope that you understand the things of this section, that is how to add a component and placement option. There are four: the absolute displayed, absolute work part, uh, absolute displayed, absolute work part, WCS, and snap. How to add multiple copies of the same part, and how to move a component tool. In order to move a component tool, just click on the move component, you just select the move component, and in order to come to this part, you can either click it, or you can just click your scroll wheel button, and you can just move your component wherever you want using the pointers that are available in order to move that component. If you want to keep that, just click on apply. If you do not want to keep that, cancel and discard changes. Another method is that you want to move a component. For example, I want to move this component, and I will click on move handles only. So my handle will only move. For example, I want to see my handle where it is. So I will take my handle to be like at -20, at -16, and 12. Okay. Now what I will do, I will uncheck that, and now when I will move the handle, you will see that it is moving as per my preference. So for example, I want to take this handle at my particular specific location, and then I want to move it so that I want to have some reference or some measurement, etc. So that is also a method of moving the component. So that is your preference, and that is as per the feasibility that allows us. Next is how to insert an assembly as a component in another assembly. So how do we insert the assembly? There is nothing to like very difficult about that. Just go to the add component. In the add component, you will have the option of opening. After that, you will see that this part is, even though it is mentioned as a Siemens part file, it is an assembly file. And I will just click it over here, and I will keep it over here, and I will click on apply. And now you see that this part has been added as an assembly in our disassembly part. And if I try to move this particular component, you will see that it can also move as in the assembly part. I will discard the changes, and you see that currently we have two assemblies. One is the main assembly, that is part 27 training, and next is the sub assembly in that main assembly. And you can see that there are various components in that particular assembly too. So I have not fully constrained this because I just wanted to show you how to, like, what is the movement and what can be achieved by using Siemens NX. If I want, I can constrain it in this fashion, in this fashion, in this fashion, wherever I want, and it will just get constrained. So that is also one way, but I did not want to constrain it. That is why I did not constrain it. So with this, I hope that all the things are clear as to how to create an assembly and what are the basic things that are required when we create an assembly. So with this, we conclude our part 28 of learning Siemens NX from beginner to pro. And in part 29, we will be starting the assembly constraint overview. And I will give you an overview as to what are the various constraints that are available in Siemens NX. And in part 30 till part 33, we will be dealing with basic assembly constraints. And thereon, in part 38, we will be completing our course, that is learning Siemens NX from beginner to pro. My tongue is getting dry, so pardon me for that. Okay, now I would like you to subscribe to our channel, the thing which every YouTuber says, and like our videos. If you find them useful, share it with your friends. If you have any suggestions, comment in the comment section, and rest till the next time we meet. Goodbye.